I walked away from my marriage, chasing the thrill of a carefree summer. And now, I'm drowning in regret. He won't even acknowledge my messages. It all began in late spring when the city started shedding its chill, and everything outside our apartment shimmered with new life and possibility. My friends had been buzzing about it for months. They called it Hot Girl Summer, a slogan that had taken over every corner of the internet. My social feeds were overflowing with women exploring solo adventures, spontaneous romances, glowing selfies, and stories of rediscovery. The idea had a magnetic pull. It felt like liberation. And deep down, I realized I hadn't felt truly free in what felt like ages. I'd been married to Alex for 3 years. We first met in college, a connection that slipped into place effortlessly. What started as casual affection quietly matured into love and eventually settled into a steady, routine life together. Alex was patient, dependable, the kind of man who never raised his voice or walked out mid-argument. He brought me tea when I was sick and folded my clothes when I left them in the dryer. He was calm in ways that made me feel grounded. And yet, I began questioning whether love was supposed to feel so safe. Wasn't it supposed to be passionate? Wild? Complicated? I wasn't sure anymore. So when Olivia, my closest friend, asked me to spend the summer with her in Miami, I didn't hesitate the way I probably should have. She told me I needed a reset, a breath of fresh air. She promised late nights, new faces, ocean waves, and the feeling of coming back whole. Maybe, she said, I'd return with a better sense of who I really was. The night I told Alex I needed time, I'll never forget the look on his face. Not anger, just confusion. And something else that cut deeper than anything he could have shouted: disappointment. I still hear his voice when he asked what this meant for us, and all I could say was, I don't know. I mumbled something about needing space to figure out if I was living my life or just following a path someone else had drawn. He didn't yell. He didn't plead. He just nodded, stood, and walked into the other room. That was the final night we shared a bed. Miami delivered everything Olivia promised. The sun felt like it poured warmth directly into your bones. The days melted into one another. Beach walks, rooftop cocktails, music in the air. We laughed until we cried in hotel hallways and danced under neon lights that never seemed to flicker. Strangers flirted like you were the only person in the room. For fleeting moments, I felt radiant, untouchable, untethered. But something always tugged at me. I kept glancing at my phone, waiting for a text from Alex. Hey, I miss you. Or even just a picture of our cat basking in the window light. Anything. But there was nothing. At first, I brushed it off. Told myself he was giving me the space I asked for. But with time, the silence grew heavier. I sent him a text, a simple, "How are you? I miss you.
Can we talk?"
No reply. A few days later, I recorded a voice message. My words cracked halfway through. I told him I was sorry, that I never meant to hurt him, that I was just trying to understand myself. Still nothing. One night, I scrolled through his social media and felt my stomach drop. Every photo of us, gone. Not hidden. Deleted. Our wedding pictures. The getaway from our first anniversary. Every trace of our life together had vanished. I curled up and cried in our hotel room until the sun came up. Olivia kept insisting I was doing the right thing, that I shouldn't go crawling back, that I needed more time. But deep down, I already knew I had messed everything up, not just by leaving, but by how I left. I didn't talk to him. I didn't ask him how he felt. I didn't even give him a chance. I just walked away. I returned home without telling anyone. Booked a one-way flight. When I arrived, my key still worked, but the apartment felt like a stranger's place. His things were mostly gone. The drawers were half empty. The silence in the room didn't feel peaceful anymore. It felt cold, hollow, even though it was the heart of summer. I collapsed on the floor beside my suitcase and cried because a part of me believed, hoped, that he'd still be there waiting. I texted again. Called. Emailed. One day, I went to his office and sat across the street, just watching the front door like some desperate ghost hoping to catch a glimpse of the living. He never came out. Or maybe he did, and just didn't want to see me. That's what breaks me the most. It's not the fact that I left, not the parties or the late nights that now feel like a blur, not even the emptiness. What really aches is knowing I shattered something real, something stable, pure, and good, something I may never be offered again. Love isn't always sparks or chaos. Sometimes, it's the quiet cup of tea when you're sick, the way someone remembers exactly how you take your coffee, the silence between you that feels comforting, not strained. I understand that now, but I saw it too late. It's been over a month. I still check my phone every day, waiting for a single notification, a typing bubble, anything that shows he's still out there thinking of me. But all I get is silence. And I'm finally starting to understand that sometimes silence is an answer.